Hello, everybody. I didn't mean for that to wait until the song stopped, but I did. How's it going? How is everyone? Mono, Eagle Knot, welcome, welcome. Tonight, we're going to go back to working on... You need the Cocoa Chicken slide-in animation for stream start, please. No, I don't think I'm going to be touching my slides. I say that. I think the extent to which I'm going to touch my slides at any point, anytime soon, is... Hi, KNH. How's it going? This isn't even the first stream this Monday. What are you talking about? Monday. The only change that I would do to my slides is I need to make my countdown slide look like all of my other slides. Which is really, I need a way to set the timer on it, and I haven't done that. Sound died. This sound? The goat scound? Scound? The goat scound. 1 second. Sound was never alive. This is true. Sound is not a living thing. I guess I need to just start rebooting my capture card every stream, and then I have to go in here and I have to go to system settings, and then I have to go to sound, and then I have to say, oh, actually it actually worked that time. Try again. Eagle Knot was on camera for 6 continuous hours and it did permanent damage to your psyche. Yeah, no, cameras do psychic damage. Also occasionally poison. It's weird. But yeah, we're gonna work on Kineo again tonight. Not the thumbnail app that I worked on this morning. You may not currently own a goat scream. True. Eagle Knot owns a goat scream. But yeah, we're not working on the thumbnail app that we worked on this morning. We are working on Kineo again, but I need to go figure out what on Kineo we are actually working on, because I killed Orion and it won't let me get all my tabs back, so I don't know what happened there. We're gonna worry about that later. Kineo, that is what we're gonna work on. Issues. Oh yeah, cannot close tool picker. That does seem like an important one. You're 1 stream away from your 5 stream streak reward. Perfect. Alright, what are we doing here? Yeah, so we've got a cannot close tool picker. That is our biggest bug right now. I'm worried, y'all. Rumors seem to be indicating that Apple may ship the Vision Pro in like January or February, which is terrifying to me. This code base is not January or February shippable. It's not happening. I don't know what we need to do to make it shippable. Not necessarily because they have lots of bugs, but because I have lots of bugs, and I can't ship my app at that time. I have entire missing features still. And I don't know what to do about that. I mean, yes, they also still have bugs, which is obnoxious. But more importantly, I have bugs. And I don't want to have bugs. And / or missing features. Like, look at this. This right here is already a problem. This is my app problem. Like, why is that misaligned? I mean, the thing here and the thing there are aligned. That's not what I want. Why does this look so much different from this? Why is this centered with this as opposed to centered across everything? Which even should it be centered with? This button still is ugly. I don't even remember what that does. Oh yeah, that's the onion skinning. This effect doesn't look right because this always has a white background. It doesn't necessarily need to have a white background. And then this is the real bug, right? That we can draw here and we click this and it's not done. It doesn't do anything. Pivot and make the IKEA app in Vision Pro so you can all shop for bowls of varying side heights and argue which are plates. I'm sure IKEA is working on the IKEA app. I don't think IKEA is just going to let me work on their app as an independent contractor. Also, if I did, I would be even less likely to ship it by February. So anyway, we created the, yeah, let's go back here. Created the branch for cannot close tool picker. Let's get that open. But yeah, we got a lot of features that are still missing. And I really need to figure out what to do about that. Because I'm not ready to ship this in February. And it's like, do I need to ship it in February? Probably not, but also like, is anybody gonna care about this app if it doesn't ship with it? This is just me being depressed at that point. Does anybody actually care about Kineo? No, nobody actually cares about Kineo. Especially not now that Procreate Dreams exists. So it's like, what is the one thing that I can do to make people care about Kineo? Maybe I can have it ready on launch day for the Vision Pro. But if I can't even do that, like, what's the point? What is MVP for Kineo? I think it's being able to draw an animation in this, like, you know, puppet theater style is what I've been calling it. And then share a 3D video from that other people can view in their Vision Pros. You could care about Kineo more if you had a $5,000 metal blindfold. I mean, that's really kind of the point, is like, the only people that are going to care about Kineo are the people that are early adopters. And by the time that it comes down in price, I don't think that it will be... It's not unique anymore, I guess. Probably by that point. Hey, CKO4, how are you doing? But yeah, no, so the MVP there, KNH, is be able to draw this layered effect and share a video that is viewable outside of Kineo. And so I think we have drawing a single frame kind of working. I think we need to improve the like cross frame drawing experience because we have these new layers. Let me actually run this through here. Kineo is an app for the 0.1%. I agree. Because right now, and see, this is a problem that we're gonna have, is that like, okay, so I draw a background. Here's my background. It's a sky, and then we can draw some grass over the top of that. Okay, so this is our thing. A, what's wrong here? B, say I've got a background. You probably want that background to be fairly similar across multiple frames. How can I like make that easier? And then also, how can I make it more obvious what layer you're drawing on at any given point? And then also, how can I improve the effect of like shifting these layers, switching between multiple different layers. And so that's the drawing experience that I really need to improve. And then the video export experience, we kind of have that working, but I don't know how well it actually works yet. Oh God, that's horrible. This is horrible because I only have one frame of that drawing. We've got that working. I'm going to stop this because that's obnoxious. But yeah, we can't really test this exporting functionality quite yet because we need the like 3D effect there. And I was talking to somebody on Slack the other day, and they seem to have a way of testing this. And I'm going to see if I can get more information from them about testing that. But I don't know yet. But yeah, I think I need to improve this UI, which I think is one of my issues that I've got. It's still listed in there as testing is for nerds. Yes, this is true. If I click on Vision OS, yeah, redesign layers view is still there. Like this one, I don't think this is nice to have, but it's not really necessary for MVP. This we should probably fix. Cannot close tool picker. We're going to work on that tonight. But then, yeah, it also was like the export view scales wrong. What else did we decide is a bug here? Film strip has incorrect background color. Why won't it let me create this issue? And I think that these are the kinds of things that I need to work on. And yeah, redesigning that layers view I think is really kind of the big one. But then yeah, so like part of the redesigning the layers issue is I need... Why is everything so slow? I need almost a better indicator of what layer you're actually on still. And I have no idea how I'm going to do that. That's just like a UI fundamental thing that I don't know what I'm going to do there. And now GitLab is just broken. I'm really starting to get annoyed with GitLab. And I think I may switch back to not back to GitHub, but to GitHub. Because GitLab is really starting to be bloated almost. Now I've forgotten what the new issue I was going to create was. I guess it's, yeah, it was like figure out how to make current layer more obvious. What was the appeal of GitLab initially? It was that when I was doing this, GitHub was bad because this was like pre-Microsoft acquisition. I switched to Vision or to GitLab very long time ago. And yeah, it just had more features too. It was really nice. And then I liked the idea of being self-hosted. Even to this day, like that's still a benefit because like GitLab or GitHub goes down too often. And so I liked the fact that it was self-hosted. Self-hosting scares you, yeah. But I don't know, yeah. But at this point, it is really it's almost not. It's not been worth it to me lately, with how buggy it's been, how slow it's been. Yeah, but that doesn't stop it from going down. If GitHub goes down, the world goes down, but it still goes down pretty often. I remember, what was it, 2-3 years ago? It went down for multiple hours, like 3 days in a row. It was awful. Whereas I've had pretty solid uptime with this. I mean, it goes down while I'm upgrading it, but that's because I'm upgrading it. I'm obviously not working on anything else. You can get your project, but no SPM. There's always Mercurial. I mean, I think GitLab works with Mercurial. It's more about having somewhere with all of the like issues and having, you know, an actual like central host. Yeah, Mercurial works with GitLab. And I mean, there's other self-hosted ones. There's what is it? For J Joe or something. Oh yeah, Bitbucket. Bitbucket sucks. For J Joe, and I said GitLab instead of just Git. Yeah, this is another one. But I don't know that I want to. Yeah, Bitbucket was slightly better than GitHub once, and that's the same era that I'm talking about GitLab being way better than GitHub. That at a point, GitHub was not very good. Like there was a point where GitHub was just bad, and there were a lot of things that were better than it. That's no longer true. GitHub is really good now. Like GitHub is real nice. And so I think it's making it to like GitHub has gotten a lot better and GitLab has gotten like, it hasn't gotten as bad as fast as GitLab or GitHub has gotten good, but GitHub has gotten good very fast. And I think in order to keep up, GitLab would have needed to have also gotten good very fast. And instead it's gotten slightly worse. And so now it's at a point where it's like they've definitely crossed. And I think GitHub is better enough than GitLab that it's worth the pain of switching. I also spend a lot on GitLab because I have the self-hosted free version, but I have an entire VPS dedicated to running GitLab. And so I spend like $20 a month on that VPS. Which is, you know, it's not cheap. And that is solely dedicated to GitLab. Like, it's a different VPS than what runs all my websites and whatnot. Like, what can I get from GitHub at that cost? I don't know how to even find pricing. Yeah. Sorry for how bright that is. You all don't benefit from me turning down my brightness. Sorry. Try this. There we go. Better, at least. One password, also something that's not worth paying for these days, but there's no better there's no good alternative to 1Password. Look at this. I tried to log back in and it's just blank. What do I do with this? I was trying to show you that this was like flipping back and forth. Okay, yeah, sign in again. Yeah, there's not really anything that's better than 1Password, the way that there is GitHub versus GitLab. This isn't even Safari, Mono. I switched away from Safari partly because of GitLab. I switched away to Orion, which is a WebKit-based browser that runs Chrome extensions. And so this is running the Chrome version of GitLab, or 1Password. Jesus, I've got too many different words that I'm trying to say at one point. It runs the Chrome version of 1Password because the Safari version of 1Password was super broken. And so I switched over to this one, but the Chrome version is also broken. And yes, I've tried it in Chrome as well, and it's broken in Chrome too. It's just broken everywhere. All right, what do we got back here? Okay, so let's go back to here. So even if I pay for it, what are the benefits that I get? I get some extra CI/CD minutes. I would probably still run my own CI/CD, so that's not really a big deal. What are some of these things? Okay, protected branches, that's nice, even though I'm the only person. Multiple reviewers and pull requests, don't care. Draft pull requests, it's nice to have. I have it currently. I don't super care about it. Code owners don't care. Required reviewers don't care. Pages and wikis, I don't currently use on GitLab, even though I have access to it. Environment deployment branches and secrets. Do I get that as part of CI? Do I get CI deployment branches and secrets without this? I think that would be the big one. I think that would be the important one that I would actually need. And 2 gigs of package storage would be nice, but I don't... This would be more interesting if SPM actually had the package support that they got on stage and announced that they were going to have like 4 years ago. Longer than that, 5 years ago. GitHub, SPM, package, repository, WWDC. Yeah, GitHub Package Registry will support Swift packages. They announced May 10th, or sorry, no, they announced June 3rd, 2019. 4 years ago. Over 4 years ago. Almost 4.5 years ago. That they were going to support this. More than 4.5 years ago. More than 4.5 years ago, they announced that we are going to support Swift Package Manager with GitHub Package Registry. It still does not exist. Does not exist. Docker, NPM, Maven, NuGet, Ruby gems. None of those is Swift. They said they were going to support that 4.5 years ago. Now, in their defense, GitLab also doesn't support it. GitHub.com/marketplace/Swift package registry. GitHub.com Marketplace. Swift package. It's a different developer. Well, there's one problem. Publish and list your Swift packages. This also does not sound like it actually implements Swift package registry. This just looks like a GitHub Pages publisher. Yeah, this doesn't look to me. Yeah, this just says a list of Swift packages with automatic publishing when releases are published. This is not actually a Swift package registry. Yeah, what was I looking up? I was trying to see if GitLab Swift package support. I gotta untrain myself to stop putting the bang G at the end of everything. Swift Package Manager MVC. Issue created 4 years ago, still open. So, GitLab has also not done that. Really need a way to click links that people send me. Yeah, I can do it this way. AWS did add support, I remember that. And I mean, that service that I showed off this morning, the Swift Package Index, I'm pretty sure they support it, but obviously it has to be public. It'd be nice if these guys just opened up. Yeah, we can. You can pay us to do private hosting as well. That'd be great. Get rid of that. There we go. That's what I'm trying to do. Yeah, because this actually implements it, but obviously, you're public. You have to have public packages. I love this version. I implemented a simple one. Took me no time at all. I implemented it myself on top of api.github.com. One issue I meet is I can't get the checksum value until I download it. Yeah. So, I mean, yeah, this would be nice to have. This would be real nice to have. But GitLab also doesn't support it, so that doesn't super matter for me. What are these? GitHub Copilot Access and GitHub Codespaces Access. So Codespaces Access comes with Team. Copilot starts at $10 a month. I don't think I would use Copilot just because I don't use VS Code and there's no integration for Xcode, so not a big deal. Don't think I'd use Codespaces either. Also, I was really doing like server type stuff. Maybe I would pay more for packages storage. I don't know how much I'm currently using for that, but whatever. What else we got? Definitely some interesting stuff, but meh. Also, a lot of my stuff is open source, so I think we get some of this stuff for public repositories for free anyway. NeoVim, JetBrains IDEs, Visual Studio, and Visual Studio Code. So if I switch to Fleet, do I get Copilot? Or if I join Donuts and switch to NeoVim? That's not happening. I would switch to Fleet before I switch to NeoVim. JetBrains has something better than Fleet? Oh, JetBrains AI. What are the objectives for stream tonight? I don't know. Shut up. That's what the objectives are. No, yeah, I should get back to actually doing development. Kane Age, gotta keep me honest. Okay, so the problem that we're having is that we, good thing Coco doesn't have a voice ban. He earned it with those harsh ones. Do I need to start stealing stuff from all the people who've stopped streaming? I need to steal the voice ban from Compile Dev. I need the ability to turn on, change the colors of my lights from mono. I don't know who else I can steal from. Crack open a canned chicken, 400 crash reports. I need to just go get a can of chicken. Slam it on stage. It's the equivalent of Compile's Hydrate. Hydrate with a full can of chicken. All right. So yeah, this is the... This is the bug we're trying to fix, he says, as he shows the bug not happening. When we click on this and then we click done, it doesn't close. Y'all saw it not working earlier, right? Yeah, no, it's not a whole chicken in a can. It is shredded chicken. Okay, this is an even worse bug, which is that it's the kind of bug that only happens sometimes. Okay, so maybe we draw and then we open a new page and then we draw and then we click done. There we go. The shredded chicken is just like tuna, a good meal. Yes, agreed. Okay, so if we switch pages, then it doesn't close necessarily. That seems like an interesting tweak to the bug. Okay, so why would that happen? Are we... What are we doing there that would cause that to happen? My guess is we're getting out of sync on our like first responder status. I think that's probably what's happening here. So let's go look at Canvas here. So this has a is tool picker visible binding. We have a set tool picker visible, tool picker add observer, canvas view. What does that do? PK tool picker. Adds an observer, which is the canvas view. The canvas view is a PK canvas view. That's... Nobody cares about that. Tool picker visibility did change. Do we have anything that implements this? No. That seems like the kind of thing that would be important. We do. Actually, never mind. Just kidding. So something implements this. It's our coordinator. Our coordinator implements this. Does our coordinator get an add observer? Yes. When we set the coordinator's tool picker, we add its observer. Where do we do that? Here. So when we make the UI view, we set the tool picker. Do we maybe need to do that in update UI view as well? Let's start logging when these functions get called. Because I'm wondering if maybe something is causing this to get out of sync. Like we've got a different coordinator or something. Yeah, that something is not updating the tool picker visibility. Guard let tool picker, let canvas else return. Tool picker is visible and canvas is first responder. I'm wondering if these are... Like maybe I should set is tool picker visible to false if those things are not true. Is visible. A Boolean value that indicates whether the tool picker is currently visible. I don't know why I would care then that the canvas has to be the first responder as well. Just for giggles, let's try that. So we're gonna pop open the tool picker, and it's not gonna work. Okay. Well, there's that. That answered that real fast. Was that the only change we made? No, we added the prints. That's the only important change that we made. Okay, so that opens there. Done. That works. Click here. Okay, let's actually trash this. You know what, let's close this one. And then let's trash what we have. Circle. Update UI view context. So opening it calls update UI view. I really wish we could. Can we limit this to like just my stuff? Can we limit this to just things that don't have anything at all? I don't know. Let's hide anything that's audio session. Let's start there. So opening it calls update UI view, which does some stuff. This is mostly about, okay, if is tool picker visible, let tool picker equals the context coordinator's tool picker. And then we say set the tool picker visible. Which adds it for the canvas view and tells the canvas view to become the first responder. If we have a tool picker visible and we have the coordinator's tool picker, if our state is that the tool picker is visible and the coordinator has a tool picker, we say to set that. I almost wonder if this should be, here, I'm going to start leaving notes for myself. Should be environment tool picker. Let's consider that as an option because we have a tool picker on the environment somewhere. Yeah, context.environment.toolpicker. So that's one possible option. Okay, so now let's go back into here. Let's click plus. So that should take us to a different page. That did a whole lot of things here. Look at this. We made a new UI view. We updated it. We made it. You updated it. We made it. You updated it. We made it. We updated it. We made it. We updated it. How many makes is that? Is that 5? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That makes sense to me. Okay, so we created a bunch of canvases because every single one of these is a canvas. I kind of wonder... That's a problem. I kind of wonder that's a problem. Because every single one of these, we're saying, give it a tool picker, right? Tool picker, context, environment, tool picker. Tool picker set visible, true for first responder. Set visible true for first responder canvas view. I feel like the fact that it's remaking all of these views is a problem. When we switch pages, we don't want to recreate the views. We want to reuse the views. And really, I feel like there should probably only be one canvas and everything else should just be an image view. And the only one that should be a canvas is the one that you're actively drawing on. But I wonder if that's going to be a problem for like zooming. Which, you know, is something we can deal with later, but... I think we should look into why is our view getting recreated. I think that's the first step. What happens when we click the plus button? We change our... Yeah, what happens when we click that plus button? I guess that's the other thing that we gotta answer. Film strip, new page button, editing state. Button, editing state equals editing state, adding new page. So all this does is update editing state, which we do have a binding to here. But yeah, this just changes the drawing canvas. Okay, so drawing canvas contains a canvas? Yeah, it does. I mostly just kind of want to figure out like what causes that change. Like, why would we create a new one versus reusing it? And I don't actually know how that works. So, UI view representable, reuse versus recreate. How do they decide that? I don't want them to be recreated anymore. I want them to keep their instance. Understanding UI view representable. View representable struct ends up getting recreated. Losing reference while trying to this one looks almost like one of those. Yeah, this is a rehosting of SwiftUI, or Stack Overflow. SwiftUI losing reference. Yeah, that's this one right here. A view can only be added once to a view hierarchy. Once it's added to the full screen view, it's taken out of the original hierarchy and has no signal to add itself back. Continually displaying it in the original scroll view. It needs to initialize it. You also need to implement update view. I don't think this is answering what I want. You need to remember what I clicked in here to say, like, this is definitely doing what I want. The struct ends up getting recreated. Okay, so what does that mean? Or what is the context around that? Struct ends up getting recreated. A SwiftUI coordinator always has a one-to-one relationship with a given UI view instance, meaning that we can use it to persist state even if our UI view representable struct ends up getting recreated. Yeah, but make UI view is getting called too many times. Let me just search in the thing. UI view representable. Make UI view called too many times. UI view representable not updated when observed object change. It's probably not what I want. Why is make UI view being called multiple times within tab view? Yeah. I agree. This person does not answer this question. Oh my god, none of these have any answers. Because I think this is the issue. That we're creating new canvases. And those canvases are associated with the same tool picker. But the tool picker... I think that's the problem. I don't really know what I'm doing. Or not that I don't know what I'm doing. I don't understand how it refreshes. And I don't know... I don't know how to fix it. You know what I mean? Don't fix anything? I think we have to fix this. It seems important that you should be able to close this tab, or this tool picker, and reuse something else. Yeah, I think this is the issue. So let's go back to Canvas. If make UI view keeps getting called, then we create brand new canvas views and we set, yeah, tool picker set visible true for first responder canvas view. If it runs on a computer, is it fixable? I hope so. Even still, I hope so. Maybe I need to start printing out, like, what's happening here. Guard, let, well, okay, here. Let's start this one at a time. Print function starting. Guard, let tool picker. Else. Return. Because I think print returns void, right? Print. Yeah. Function. Exiting. Existing early. Exiting early due to lack of tool picker. Guard. Let canvas. Else return. Exiting early due to lack of canvas. Tool picker is visible. Tool picker is visible. Yep. Canvas is first responder. Okay, so let's just add a whole lot of print statements that tell us what we see and when we see it. Let's hide network as well. Just gonna keep hiding things until we have only our code. Okay. Turn on the tool picker. Interestingly, this very last one should return false. Because tool picker is visible is true, but canvas's first responder is false. So is tool picker visible should equal false. And this is the problem that we have with having 5 tool pickers. False, 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 true, false. So hold on, we're setting is tool picker visible for 5 different canvases. Where is this getting created? That would be in here, right? Drawing canvas, editing state, blah, blah, blah. Canvas, is tool picker visible, is tied to is tool picker visible here, which is tied to a state. And then when we change this, this is this. That's not how that should work. On change of is tool picker visible. I wonder, this is probably tied to that whole Boolean issue that we saw earlier. I don't know how that helps, but probably is tied to that. Editing state, setting tool picker visibility, visible, new visibility. That probably shouldn't be. Tweaking the editing state. Because yeah, now we're tying this to like 5 different things. Yeah, that's a problem. Okay, so there's one of our problems, is that we have a single editing state that is controlling the visibility of the tool picker for 5 different canvases. That shouldn't happen. We may need to go back to the drawing board on that. But how? Because we need this to be only the one for the first responder, which is right here. That's why that's tied right there. Is tool picker visible is tied to whether or not the canvas is the first responder. So that's why that failed, or why nothing happened when we turned this off, is because we probably got this false last. Actually, I have no idea what that means. Sorry, that's not true at all. Because this was the line that we commented out. Is tool picker visible equals tool picker visible and is canvas first responder. You should do more lies on stream. It is useful. Like leaning like out of the side of the stream or the thing. I'm gonna fix my camera. Yeah, why is my... That's where I need to be. Yeah, so that I can do this. And nobody has any problem with that. And now you can see more of my left shoulder, or my right shoulder. See more of this shoulder. No, it's this shoulder. I was right the first time. So we need this to be tied to only a single canvas. How do we do that? Because somewhere we have the idea of like, is the canvas representing the current active layer? Yeah, that's right here. Oh, hey, on change of editing state, is tool picker visible? Oh no. Is tool picker visible equals editing state dot tool picker showing and represents active layer? So is tool picker visible is getting changed. This almost needs a guard represents active layer. Else return. I wonder if that just fixes it. It would be amazing. Nope. Yeah, because this is the only thing that we really care about is we shouldn't care about is tool picker visible at all if we're not the active layer. Our layer ID does change. Isn't the guard needed in both on change handlers? I don't think so because we have this and represents active layer. Because I think we do need it in this one. Or sorry, we want this to change no matter whether or not we're the active layer. If the editing state changes our drawing here, we want this drawing to update. So we don't want a guard before that. We could put a guard here, but I don't understand how that's different than this. It is different though, and I'm trying to think through it. Because if we say don't update it at all, this is different in the state where it started out false. No, it started out true and now is false, but we never represented the active layer. I don't know if that matters. I mean, I can try it. Is tool picker visible only gets updated by the active layer? It should only get updated by the active layer. Hey, no good Nick, how are you doing? I mean, let's change it and see if it has any effect. I don't think that there's any actual change that happens there. Let's try it. You learned about main actor today. Nice. I don't know that I've learned enough about main actor. Did I close that before I changed the tab? I mean, the stupid way to fix this would be every time you add a new thing, we close the thing for you. Seems too magical. Tell me more. What's magical about it? Your methods now magically get dispatched to a different thread. Not as I understand it. Using @MainActor means that you were always on the main thread. That they can only be called in. They can only be called from the main thread to begin with. They're not getting dispatched back to the main thread. It's saying that they're isolated to the main thread to begin with, and so you could only have ever started them on the main thread. By marking them as @MainActor, you're saying you're opting out of the implicit other thing. It might become an await call though. Yeah, if you're on a different actor, you then have to await and you have to run it from within the main actor. But you're still only ever calling it from the main actor. Right? I might be wrong. But that's my understanding of it, is that by marking it as main actor, you're saying only ever call this from the main actor to begin with. But if you don't mark it as main actor, then yeah, it can be dispatched. You're calling from the other actor onto the main actor. But I don't think you can do that implicitly, can you? You have to like wrap it in like main actor.run. I'm still working my way through Donnie Walls' book on this, so what is it? Pragmatic? No. Yeah, you have to add an await, but you shouldn't have to add, like, you should also have to add a main actor.run, right? No, it's practical. That's the word I'm looking for. Practical. Yeah, this is true. The fact that it's not clear is a giant warning sign. Practical, not core data, Swift concurrency is the name of the book. I agree with you there. The fact that it's not clear is its own level of concerning. Yeah, I started reading this book. Turns out the EPUB for this book breaks the Kobo reader. It's very fun. And if you try to go to any page that has code on it. The Kobo Reader reboots. It's glorious. I love it. And so I need to figure out if I like not re-render. What's the word I'm looking for? Like convert it to something else and convert it back again. Maybe it won't be such a pain. Or maybe I should just read it in PDF form on the iPad. But I like my Kobo Reader. I like having e-readers. Or maybe now that Kindle supports EPUB, maybe my Kindle will become just my Donnie Walls book reading device. Really what I should do. Does he have... He doesn't have a physical copy. I would love to just get a physical copy of this book. That's really what I want to do. I mean, here, does he have a understanding actors in data isolation? Data isolation. Let's do I have the book open? Let's take a look at the book to see if it has anything. Documents, books. No, iCloud Drive. Hold on 1 second. I am explicitly allowing myself to get sidetracked by this question because I was stuck on the other thing. Practical Swift Concurrency.pdf. Here we go. Understanding global actors. I think that's the page. We added a special annotation to the update UI function to make sure it always runs on the main actor. This annotation is written as @main_actor and it's used to refer to a global actor. We can apply a global actor annotation to the following declarations, blah, blah, blah. Applying the main actor annotation to a class declaration ensures that accessing any property or method is done through the global main actor. Allows us to make sure any interactions occur on the main thread. Don't actually define your object as an actor. Your object will synchronize all of its main calls. If you're interacting with an @main_actor annotated object from a context that already runs on the main actor, you don't have to await your method calls and property access like you would otherwise. The reason for this is that you're already running on the main actor, which means that the same rules apply as when you call a method on that actor from within that actor. While the main actor is currently the most useful example, blah, blah, blah. So I guess you don't need a explicit main actor.run. The way that I was saying that you did. But if you're calling it from a different actor, you have to call await, and then that shunts it over to the main actor. Which I guess makes sense now that I'm describing it, because that's effectively what any other actor would do. And that's like, yeah, when you declare something as an actor directly, if you're calling it from a different actor, you have to call it an await. But if you're calling those methods within the same project or within the same actor, you don't have to do that. So here, let me bang out a new project real quick. Explain what I mean. So if I do new project, sure, it's a macOS app, actor test. So if I create a new actor, my actor, and I say this is an actor, my actor, and I give it a function, you know, act. I am acting. There we go. If I have another function in here, act a lot, I don't know. Act, act, act. You know, we just act 3 times. This is a private function, by the way. Nobody needs to care about this. That's not a problem. However, if I go into, say, my content view and I say on appear, and then I create an actor, so I say myActor.act, this has to be async. Even though this method itself is not async, and hence we can call it like this just fine, because we're switching over to a different actor, specifically myActor, that has to be marked as async. And this won't build without that because it's actor isolated. So the main actor is acting the same way in that if something is marked at main actor and you're telling it that it has to run on the main actor, but you're not already on the main actor, then yeah, you'll need to call in await the same way that you do here. I guess I should make this a task and not an on up here. Yeah, because this won't work, but this will work. And then I think vice versa, if we have, you know, class, you know, main thing, and it's marked as at main actor, you know, this is our prop. We have to act with a prop. Func, be proppy. I think that we can't call that from here without an await. If we say like main prop be proppy, yeah, that's also async because this is marked as at main actor. But if we get rid of this and we don't make it actor isolated, then it's not. Okay, yeah, that makes sense. That was not how I understood it when we started this conversation. But now that I describe it, I think I understand what's going on. But yeah, you need an await if you're calling across actors because it needs to suspend in order to, you know, tell the other actor what to do. I think that makes sense. That at least clears it up slightly for me. Does that still seem like magic? No good, Nick? Clip it and ship it? If I could log print actor.current or something, that'd make it much easier for me to see what it's actually doing. What if you're running on an actor and then have an await, and then after the await, you're still on the same actor? This is true. Because yeah, that's how that works, I think, right? Because the await is you're dispatching, but you'll always come back to the same actor. But the new thing, because like this will always be on the main actor. Well, not right now, but now it will be. But then, yeah, the current actor here is going to be my actor. And then, you know, private func retire from acting. So this requires an await, but then it's not, yeah, hold on. Because yeah, that's what's happening there, blah, blah, blah. Yeah, it's not requiring an async call here or an await call here, because this is back to being on my actor. is how I understand it. Even though we've awaited here. Yeah, I mean, I know this is a task. I only did that to make it not have to make this asynchronous, because otherwise that was hiding my point from the other thing. But yes, this is also true. I was trying to hide the whole... Because if I make this async, then yes, of course the other thing also needs to be async, which doesn't... It means we're no longer illustrating the point. And I don't know of any way to, like, just say this without making this async. It's easy to get into trouble if there's actor methods that can suspend. You can also await main actor.run to make it synchronous, yeah. But I mean that still means that async, or that act has to be async. Because even if I do that and I say like await main actor.run, then this won't require the await anymore. But this still requires await, which means this still needs to be async. And there's no way for me to just do this, basically. Now, what is fun is I can do this. And then now retire from acting needs to be async. Because retire from acting is still isolated to the my actor instead of the main actor. It's all very good times, right? If an actor's method suspends, then another task that's waiting to run on that actor can start. Yes, this is true. That's what suspending is. The state of the actor can change while the first task is suspended. Yeah, because actors are reference types and not structs. They're not value types. So yeah, the value of my actor could change at that point. That's a good point. Anywho, a nice aside. I'm going to leave this open in case we have any other questions about actors, but I'm going to switch back to Kineo. Yeah, no, that is sneaky. I don't think... I mean, how many things do I have with actors anyway? I'm trying to think of like how I would even search for actor space. Yeah, I don't have anything with actors in this app. I used actors a lot in I'm trying to remember the name of the app as it actually was called. I remember the secret name that I came up with it. My Jira app. You know. Oh, here. Photo export render. This was a separate actor. Yeah, this didn't have any async methods. I think my other actors in that other app did. What was that app called? Tickets. It's called Tickets. That's right. Tickets. Tickets off. Tickets. Proper. Actors only run one at a time per actor. But that's one per object or per type. I believe it's per type, per actor, or per instance. No, hang on. I do actually know the answer to this one. It depends on whether or not it's a global actor. If it's a global actor, then you have to have a shared, almost pseudo singleton, and in that case, it's per type. If it's not a global actor, then it's per instance. Yeah, this global actor here. Oh yeah, and it needs to be a global actor protocol. And then, if it's that, then you can use the shared one. Yeah, main actor is one at a time ever, because main actor is a global actor. But otherwise, if it's not a global actor, then you can do it however you want. You can pick when you make the type, yeah. So yeah, if we go look at main actor, it is a global actor. And so therefore you have the shared one. Whereas for everything else, it's per instance. Is this PDF updated for last summer's releases? I believe so. I don't know if this particular PDF... Well, this says June 2023, so I would assume so. But also, like, I don't know when the last time I downloaded this was. He may have made updates since I downloaded it. They said Swift 5.7. Well, this says Swift 5.7 and beyond. But I do know he makes fairly regular updates to it. Let me check my mail real quick. How can it be beyond? Do they have a time machine saying there are no two techniques for the future? I think he means from Swift 5.7 through to whenever the last time he updated the book was, which appears to have been in June 2023. It's interesting. Yeah, I'm a little bit surprised that he doesn't have like an explicit acknowledgement that there were no changes necessary. But he has not made an update since then. Or at least he hasn't sent me anything acknowledging that there was an update since then. That is, in fact, the last email that I have from him for all of the books. Because I have all 3 of his books. He's got a core data book and a combined book. Yeah, I think it's a combined book. I never read the combined book. I don't know if it's any good or not. I assume it's good, but I have not read it. Yeah, core data and combine. Joe Heck? His giant page of notes on combine is all you really ever needed. It's called SwiftUI Notes, but it's actually all about combine. Yeah. This thing, everything you ever needed to know about combine. It's huge. Look at this. You just keep scrolling and scrolling and scrolling and scrolling and scrolling and scrolling. Gigantic. So yeah, I have all 3 of the books, but I never read the combined book. And then this core data book, I'm a little bit surprised. Yeah, this is updated for iOS 15. This one hasn't been updated for any of the Swift data stuff yet. All right. Let's see if we can get back to this. Not this. Let's see if we can get back to this. Async await was released just as you started feeling really comfortable using dispatch queues safely. I never got into dispatch queues. And like every time something, yeah, dispatch queues always just seemed awkward to me. I was NS operation through and through. Build everything on NS operation. It handles dispatch queues for you. Like, this is a higher level abstraction for the same thing. what I'm trying to do here is we have an active layer. Like, what do we do with this? Represents active layer. Oh, tool picker visible starts with represents active layer. Yeah, exactly. The dependencies is a big part of it. Because, like, doing the, like, shuffle that you had to do with, like, the notify stuff with, like, the dispatch group, like, that always seemed complicated. Let's use that word. It seemed fragile, I guess is really what I'm trying to say. And I think I do have some of that in this app, in the video export. Do I have that in here? No, I just use standard locks and its condition. Yeah, no, we have a bunch of dispatch groups in the Jobby Job app, and every time I see them, I'm like, nope, tearing this out, replacing it with task groups. Because so much of it, like, task groups actually helps with it anyway. Because a lot of them are how do I put this? Not efficient. They bottleneck very easily. And so I go in and I replace them with task groups, and hey, suddenly they work a lot faster. Imagine that. But also I don't like dispatch groups. They make me worried. So this is tool picker visible. I almost need to say, like, this needs like a needs tool picker, I think. Like, not only is tool picker visible, but like, should we have a tool picker at all? That's maybe what I really need to worry about. Could I make this like, you just pass in nil? Like, maybe we don't have a binding? So this is canvas view. Canvas. Yeah, because we have this binding is tool picker visible here. We already called this drawing canvas. I almost think that this is not the ideal naming for these things. We need like a drawing canvas and a display canvas. And the drawing canvas worries about whether or not we have a tool picker visible. The display canvas shouldn't. And then we almost have this canvas view, but we already have something called canvas view named this too, which is a PK canvas view. I don't like that this is an add state. That feels like we should fix this. Remove. Because this should all be downstream of editing state. And really, so should drawing. Like, this should also be just remove. And that would fix all of these on changes, which should all also be removed. And then we should have a underlying thing. I mean, maybe this is just canvas view representable. Like, we rename that, and then we have a drawing canvas and a not drawing canvas. Yeah, so we have a struct here. Let's actually delete this. We have a display canvas. Let's leave canvas view representable as it is for now. Yeah, because it has a drawing and an is tool picker visible. Because it shouldn't need to know about editing state. I think we're okay with that. Why can I not drag that over there? Oh, because I already have it over here somewhere? Yeah. So let's create this. Let's just import SwiftUI for now. Struct display canvas. It is a view. And then, yeah, I think we init it with an editing state. We always init everything with an editing state. And a layer ID. Yeah, let's give these both that. But then I think we're going to tweak what we have out of this. Because I think we give ourselves a drawing, but this is a private let drawing. That's a terrible thing here. That's fine. This is massive violation of the law, Demeter, but it happens. So that's all we're doing there, is we're setting our drawing. And then I think everything else we don't care. Like, we don't care whether we represent the active layer because we know we don't. And then this is just canvas representable drawing dot constant. Wait, why does this take a $? Hold on. Oh, we already have something that does this as a constant. Why would we not just use that? Okay, drawing, done. There's our display canvas. We need nothing more out of this. Okay, so then our next question is, how do we make this a lot simpler? And I almost need the ability to create like derived bindings? Derived bindings? Is that even a thing? I think it would have to be, right? Because can I do like... That should give me a binding to document. Can we do editing state dot current page dot... Actually, can I do this whole thing? Like... Surely that doesn't just work, right? Current page is a get only property. Yes, but does it have to be? Because this would be a binding to PK drawing, right? Assuming that it actually built, which I think will mean that this is just going to say error, yeah. But if current page weren't get only, let's change it just for a little bit. Okay, so, oh, it's get only because this is a struct and this is returning this. Okay. it's not a let, which is kind of how I read that. It's a computed property. I mean, you can have a computed property that has a get, right? And a get and a set. Why am I blanking on how that works? It's like that, right? Get, set, new value, new current page. Document dot pages. Yeah, replacing page at index. Current page index with new current page. So, you know, this is where I run into my whole stupid lenses thing. I need to get rid of those. One of these days I need to just burn all of this down. Because now I need, like, editing state. No. Because, yeah, I would need to replace self. And then this would be a, like, public... Well, you can't have a mutating var. Yeah, all of this is terrible. But that would be how that would work. Oh, here, let's actually bring those all back. Change my mind. Because we have to be doing something like this in drawing canvas, right? Drawing canvas on change of drawing. Editing state equals editing state, placing current active drawing with new drawing. Cannot assign to property layers as a let constant. Cannot assign through subscript. Subscript is get only. That one seems more confusing. You can definitely assign. Can you? No, I guess you can't assign an item in an array via subscript, right? Or can you? Now I'm confused. Let's go back over to our other project just because it's a dumb project that we can test with. Yeah, that should work, right? Assuming that I had everything else working. So why doesn't the one that I have working work? Yeah, Eagle Eye, you missed a stream. What happened? You need the ultra alarm version of Shadowcat. It just blares in the middle of the night. Don't worry, I ruined my own life by doing this too, so. Joke's on me. Cannot assign through subscript. Subscript is get only. You want Shadowcat to send a person to wake you up? Mono, get on it. You should add the goat scream as a notifications. Yeah, exactly. Why in this case is the subscript get only? I don't understand that. Because it's just an array. We're not doing anything fancy. Is it just saying that a binding can't be created through a subscript? I wouldn't think so. I'm trying to think of how we would test this. API deploy for Shadowcat has taken a week too long. You need to hire the guy that was in the stream last night doing DevOps. Twitch event sub is killing you? What did Twitch event sub do to you? KNH, I like the idea, but I'm trying to figure out how to test it. I think you might have a point, but I don't know how to do anything about that. Is I guess my current problem. Or at least how to even find out if that is the cause. Because I can go into here and I can say, well, yeah, that's, they send like a identifier with it, so you can make sure that you don't do that. You have to just like log which event IDs you've seen. Let's see. Here we go. Well, you don't want to test with the retry count. Hold on. No. Mono, no. Mono, bad mono. No, retry. That's not what you want. Yeah, I promise you that's not what you want. Yeah, it's this metadata message ID. This is the one that you want. This may mean that you receive a notification twice. If Twitch resends the message ID will be the same. So every time you get a message, every time you get a notification, log the notification message ID and say, I've already seen this message. And then when you get a new message, if you see it again, then don't do anything about it. But in the case where they tried once, you're serverless. Well, that serverless doesn't mean you're databaseless, because you obviously are like keeping people's subscriptions somewhere. Because in the case where you actually don't respond to the zeroth one, then you'll have lost it. And so because you're like, oh, well, retry count is 1 and therefore I'm losing it. But if you actually were down or something on that first one, then you'll be losing it. Whereas what you want to do is you want to keep track of the ones that you did receive. And that's where that message ID would be. Don't just say like, oh, if reach count is greater than 0, fail it. Because you don't know for a fact that you did handle the first one. And yes, I agree with Eagle Not. 200 milliseconds is an eternity. How are you doing this? Are you doing it with webhook or WebSocket? I would assume webhook because you're serverless, right? So yeah, I think... See, handling duplicates for options. Yeah, I mean, I think that makes more sense then. If your server is taking a while to start up cold, then you could actually just not handle the first message because you weren't around. And so yeah, this message ID field, you need to log that. Yeah, no, I think that makes sense. Yeah, here's the event type. So yeah, it would be in not subscription, but rather notification. It's not subscription ID, because that one will be the same for everything. But I actually don't see in here where the where the message ID is. I don't know if they're just not displaying it or what. There should be an ID, a message ID in here, not the subscription ID. Message ID field. Yeah, they just don't actually display that in their example here. There's no message ID field in here. They're not displaying the metadata set. Yeah, that makes sense. Oh, it's in the headers. Twitch message ID, Twitch event sub message ID. Okay. Yeah, so this one. Twitch event sub message ID, an ID that uniquely identifies this message. This is an opaque ID and is not required to be in any particular format. That would do it. All right, let's go back to here. At state var values. Equals 1, 2, 3. For each. Oh, here, no. Let's try this. Yeah, they should give some bounds. It's like, oh, it's not going to be any longer than X characters or something. Yeah, I would agree that. For each values, the message ID is 1 gigabyte of emojis. See, now here's the problem is that we've got value, but that's not what I want. What I want is the index of each of these. So it's more like for each 0 ... less than values .count. I mean, this will still work, but index in, and then it would be a text field. Title key is text, and our binding would be $values index. Yeah, I mean, that worked. So yeah, this is back to KNH's question a long time ago that I just now finally got around to. Is it just saying that a binding can't be created through a subscript? And it seems like the answer is no. Here, let's make it even more direct in the dot description. Okay, so there. Okay, so we can't do it based on the well, no, description is get only property. That's not it. If we do like an extension string var value string get return self set new value self equals new value, and then we do like a dot value here. Yeah, that also works. So I don't think it's that, because we can have a binding through a subscript. Is it maybe a cross-module, like internal versus something else thing? Because this is public layers, public var layers though. I mean, you'd think that that would be exactly the same. Bring out the big guns. Okay, so this is explaining if we're implementing our own subscript, but we're not. I don't think. Let's double check that. No, because, yeah, subscript here is definitely on layers, which is just an array. Is drawing is an at state. I'm not sure what is drawing is in this case. Oh, is bang drawing an add state? Yes, it is. Well, okay, no. This one is, but that's not what we're touching here. Are you asking if this is an add state? No. Immutable copy. If you're working with a function or closure that captures an array from its surrounding scope and the array is captured as an immutable copy. I don't think we're doing that. Subscript on a computed property that only has a getter. That one might be closer. I think you got a bug with your markdown renderer here. One. I think that's just a bug in Markdown, though. I think if you break up a thing like this, it's not going to do anything. Like, I think that would happen even on GitHub. No, it works on GitHub. But does it work if I... Yeah, no. I think GitHub's just being smart about it. Or is it even seeing it at... Oh, it might not even be seeing it as a numbered list. No, it is. Yeah, it's telling it to start at 2 there. Sorry, I'm getting distracted. Substrate on a computed property. I don't think we're doing that here. Editing state, current page. Current page is getting settable. Editing state is just our binding. Layers is just a var. It's not a computed property. And yeah, this here is fine. And then drawing here is... Drawing here... Okay, so drawing here is a computed property. So what if we make this get insettable? Maybe the error is just bad. You don't see where I'm setting it anyway? Well, it's because it's a binding, so it needs to be settable. Because that's how bindings work. But then this would need to be public var drawing data. I think it should actually be public. Or rather, public, and then it's what? Private set? Drawing data equals new drawing dot data representation. Does that fix it? No. No, here, let's save this because that does seem important still. Cannot assign through subscript. Subscript is get only. Wonder if it's expecting something in the spirit of path to array and $sign drawing. I would be surprised, but let's try. No. Value of type layer has no member drawing. Yeah, I think that it needs to be, this $sign needs to be on the thing that is a binding. Let me try something here. Let foo equals $ editing current page layers. We're gonna bring this back to just $ drawing, which is what it was to begin with. Okay. right? That is what it was to begin with. Why is that suddenly not building? Foo, have you run out of name redeems? I mean, A, yes, I think so, but B, this is not sticking around, so I don't want to give anybody some name redeems that aren't going to happen. Oh my god, let's just bring this into a different thing. Redeem name of variable foo. Perfect. What is going on here? Oh, because this is now canvas view representable. There's our problem. Okay. Let foo equals editing state current page layers. Does that build? Yes. And that's a binding to layers. If I say to layer ID, that fails. Subscript. Ooh, okay. Subscript requires that UUID conform to range expression. What? No, yeah, that makes sense, but yo, hold on. How does this work? This code shouldn't work. Layers is an array and you're sending a UUID as an index. Yeah, no. But this code, look, notice how this code is not changed. So how did that code ever work? That seems like problem number one. Do I have an extension on layers that lets me look at... Nope, that's not it. I'm wondering if I have an extension on array that is letting me subscript it by its value. But that doesn't even make sense anyway. Layers by layer ID. Like, I have no idea. Do we implement our own subscript anywhere? Yeah, we totally do. Look at this right here. Public extension array where element equals layer. We did have a get only subscript. The duck was right all along. I'm just don't remember my own code. It's right the first time. Get set new value. Yeah, new layer. So this is new layer. So yeah, we're gonna say self dot replace almost self equals reduce. First index where? Yeah, but I don't think that I had a replacing at index, right? Or am I wrong? I mean, I could replace subrange. This is by int. Is replace index and int. It's array layer index, which is an int. Okay, so yeah. How do I do a range that has only one item? Is it just replace index dot 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 replace index? Oh yeah, duh. We did that earlier, didn't we? Self index self replace index. New layer. Yeah, we did discover that that's how that works earlier. Value of type optional must be unwrapped. Oh. Guard else return. Yeah, no, that would do it. So yeah, now let's go back to our thing. And yeah, now this works. And so now we should be able to do dot drawing. That should work. Somebody remind me that I do actually still need to use foo somewhere. Or no, here. We've got a place to use foo. That error message could have been clear. Well, I don't think the error message could have been clear. I think the error message could have linked me to the subscript that was a problem. Because it was perfectly clear, to the extent that the duck knew exactly what my problem was from the very beginning. It was 100% correct. Yes, the subscript is get only. You need to add a setter to the subscript. It 100% knew what I was talking about. The error, fine. The problem was it needed to link to that subscript because I forgot that I created a custom subscript there. I totally forgot that this existed. And yeah, if it had said subscript is get only and was like subscript is declared here, and you could click that and it would take you to the right place, that I think would have made it obvious. But it didn't, so it wasn't. Okay, so does that mean that we can get rid of these? No, because we still can't get rid of is tool picker visible. But we can get rid of drawing now, right? If we get rid of this... Time to submit a proposal to swift.org. Where do you do that? Like if I want to like fix a bug, or not fix a bug, but like make a proposal that's not really even, it's not like a Swift evolution proposal. Just, hey, why don't we fix this error? What was the error again? It was subscript is get only. Can we just like GitHub? No. I mean, this is this code. This here seems like some kind of test code. Maybe? I don't know. Subscript is, yeah, like let's just search subscript is get only. See if we can find some code here. This is a test. This is a test. This is a test. These are all tests. That's all of the code. Maybe this is not a test. Maybe I was wrong. I dismissed this one too quickly. If this does not support mutation, then this message is subscript is get only. Man, I don't want to have to read any C++. But yeah, I mean, this would be where you would change it. But I don't know how you add like a note to it. It was like, oh, such and such was declared here. But yeah, if somebody wants to submit a pull request, Swift, lib, cinema, csdiagnostics.c++, have at it. Go have fun. I wish I could file radars by like just snipping bits of this stream. Being like, hey, watch me flounder around with this. Please fix it. Please make it less bad. I'm going to re-indent that. Yeah, there we go. That's what I want. Okay. So yeah, now we don't need this on change of drawing because drawing doesn't exist and we're already replacing everything. So this can just go away, I think, right? On change of editing state, we don't need to update drawing anymore. So I think that's good. And then editing state equals editing state setting tool picker visible. So I think the next question is, what sets that? And can we get rid of that? Oh, we actually just grabbed that from here. Wrap state.toolpicker showing. Okay, I mean, so this is just $ editing state. Is toolpicker showing? Wait, what do we call it already? I've already forgotten it. Toolpicker showing. Let constant. Let's fix that. Yeah, this is where I need to get rid of this whole lenses thing. Just replace all of these with vars, and my life becomes a lot easier. And so then we can get rid of these. Can we just go down to this? Look at this. Isn't this so much simpler? And we don't need this. We don't need this. We don't need this. We don't need this. We still need layer ID because that is part of what implements our drawing. We don't need represents active layer anymore though. This all just becomes this. Allows hit testing is just going to be true because this is a drawing canvas always, so. Yeah, so I think that's good there. And so then this, we need to decide whether it's active here, basically. So let's bring that code back. Layer, basically we need to know if it's the active layer, which is our editing state active layer index. So if layer dot ID double equals editing state active layer index dot, wait, hold on. Actually, can't we just get away with saying if layer double equals active layer? No. You know what? Active layer ID is the thing that we need to get. Private var active layer ID, UID, editing state, current page, active layers, active layer index. Sorry, editing state. Oh, gross. Editing state dot current page dot active layer index. No? Dot active layer index. Just directly. Active layer index. If layer ID double equals active layer ID. Still is not correct. Dot ID. There we go. But we can't make this an else, so I think we would need to make this a... Because I don't think we can append this frame to just the if else statement. That doesn't work, right? Yeah. So yeah, I think you would make this a group. Yeah, there we go. So then we have a drawing canvas if we are the active layer ID. Otherwise, we have a display canvas. Which also takes in an editing state and a layer ID. Okay, so that works. Blah, blah, blah. Okay, so now we can get rid of all the rest of this stuff. Okay, I have no idea if that's going to fix our bug or not, but at the very least, it made life a lot cleaner. And really, in the end, isn't that what truly matters? Okay, so that is there. Good night, everyone. Okay, so now our tools aren't updating at all. Yeah, that's bad. Hey, we can actually close that, though. Although, what we haven't decided is, if we go to a new page... If we go to a new page, the app crashes. Sweet. Twitch is not convinced that I've been streaming at all, so you all are hallucinations that I'm having. But yeah, I seem to have been streaming for 2.5 hours, so I think I'm going to give up here, is the answer. Yeah, no, I think I'm going to give up. This looks a lot cleaner. I think we're making forward progress on this. I think this is good. It sounds like I'm saying I'm failing. I'm ending on a loss. I'm not ending on a loss. I choose to believe this page is so much nicer than it was when it started. And so I'm looking at this as a win, even though the app is now completely broken. I'm choosing to say that, you know what? Hey, we still improved our life. And, catch you again at 4 a.m. No, it's not happening today. I still have work to do because you know what happened? I stayed up until 4 a.m. and then I set all my alarms and then I slept through my morning stand-up and, I failed. And now my boss is mad at me and he wants me to fix a thing immediately. It needs to be done by tomorrow. I didn't do it today because I ended up having all the other stuff because I was playing catch up because of the fact that I overslept and it was bad. So no, I need to go do that before I do anything else. So yeah, no streams at 4 a.m. today. Or if there is a stream at 4 a.m., it's because I'm still working on this and it's just going to be a co-working stream where I just gripe about work and third-party SDKs that don't work. But no, I'm probably not actually going to do that. He wants to see everyone at 4 a.m. Also, it was not, well, okay, it was 4 a.m. for me. It ended at 4 a.m. for me. It started at 2 a.m. for me. But yeah, no. Anyway, thank you all for watching. I will be back Wednesday evening. Although, should I just take over everybody's slots? Can I take yeah, sleeping through more stand-ups could be a solution to work. Yeah, I agree. This is a good plan. Should I just take over everybody's slots? I'll stream tomorrow in lieu of Nutterfy, and then I'll stream Wednesday in lieu of Compile Swift, and then I'll stream Thursday again, I guess, in lieu of Nutterfy, and then Friday for my regular stream. I'll just stream every day this week. How's that sound? That would help me catch up to the release date. Install Mortal Kombat 1. That's not gonna happen. I will install Super Smash Brothers. I keep threatening to do that. I think I have all the things that I need hooked up to stream that. Get some crazy glasses. I don't know that I have any crazy glasses. I have just repeatedly reordered the same pair of glasses. So I have 3 copies of these glasses. If you want me to just stack the same glasses over the top of each other, I can do that. That would be about as crazy as my glasses get. Because I don't think I even have any, like, sunglasses. Toggle glasses. Oh, God. That would never work. Let me see how big I need to make my font in order to, like, read it. Almost. Yeah, I think I could get away with this. Yeah. How big is that font in real life? Yeah, that's pretty bad. I could just barely get away with this. I would not be able to read any of the errors because you can't, you know, bump the font size of these errors. And I certainly would need to bump the font size of, like, people's chats. And then can I even do that? Oh, yeah, this is... I can't use this at all. This is useless. I have no idea what that says. The var body is the size of a body. Yeah, no. Yeah, no, I can't do that. In lieu of toggling glasses on and off, maybe I just do impressions that don't sound anything like the things that I'm trying to do an impression of. Just do, you know, weaker versions of everything Nutter does. Put the monitor in 800 by 600 mode. I think that would break my capture card. I think my capture card would literally just pop. Because I think the last time I tried to change my display, it did not work. Now, what would be fun is we could test how well Xcode works with VoiceOver. I could just try doing that. I don't remember enough about VoiceOver on Mac. There's a really great YouTube video. Let's see if I can find this. Hold on one second. Blindfold redeem? Ooh. Maybe. If I could get good enough at VoiceOver for Xcode. Also, my posture is terrible. Suck at this. Plugin for VS Code that is 100% voice coding. Yeah, I've seen some stuff like that. God, I saw a recent blog post on Hacker News that was all about the ways that works. Where is my watch later queue? Here we go. Call it the watch later queue, even though it's like stuff that I've already watched and I just wanted to save. Yeah,
Hi,
here we go.
Kevin Yank.
How to test for screen reader accessibility with VoiceOver on your Mac. What sounds horrible? Welcome, Naxnir. What exactly sounds horrible? Programming with voice? Yeah, no, I agree. I mean, if it's your only option, then hey, it's better than not being able to program. Yeah, this is the no, hold on. Let me see if I can strip out more of this, because otherwise it's gonna link to something and I don't know if that's actually what I want. Mono tried it once. Yeah, this video I found is very good on like how to use VoiceOver on the Mac, because I'm pretty good at VoiceOver on iOS. I suck at VoiceOver on the Mac. It's so much more complicated than VoiceOver on iOS. But yeah, it's part like this is very heavily directed at web UI in terms of how to fix your VoiceOver issues, but it does tell you how to get around pretty good. So, I don't know. We'll find out if I can, like, I don't actually know how good VoiceOver is on Xcode. I gotta imagine it's decent, right? It's Apple, so I don't know. But anyway, that's something we can find out at a later date. Thank you all for watching. I will be back. Currently scheduled to be Wednesday, but who knows? Maybe 2 a.m., maybe tomorrow, maybe whenever I feel like it. Somewhere. Hey, thanks for the follow, Naxnear. Pokey Rule, that's the YouTube channel. What YouTube channel? I'm gonna keep signing off and then somebody's gonna distract me and then I'll not sign off some more. How's this sound? Pokey Rule. I'm not sure what you mean. Anyway, thank you all. Did I play more with the Mac previews? No, I did not. I did get my oh, Pokey Rule does voice programming tool channel. Nice. I did get more of my variable blur working. Assuming I don't have any syntax errors. See? Look how fancy this blur is. It's a very fancy blur. I don't know. I think it's a little too tight right there. Yeah, this is better. But yeah. That's as far as I got after I was messing with it some more. But anyway, yeah, again, goodbye. I'm going to actually say goodbye before anybody else gets the chance to interrupt me. Goodbye.